The city of Stormrock was one of the first major settlements of Meteor. As nomads were wandering the land, a group decided to actually settle on the Great Plateau by the sea. Despite the rocky nature of the area, plentiful storms helped keep the soil fertile. At first, the entirety of the yet unnamed village was situated on the plateau itself, mostly farmland and smaller buildings. One day, a large mother storm came through, ravaging their farms, rendering the crops useless. But the townfolk persevered. Realizing that the storms all followed the coastline from the west, the farmers moved down the plateau, now named Stormrock, and began making new farmlands using the plateau to help protect them from the brunt of the storms. As trade began to develop in Meteor, the village began amassing wealth due to the large and thriving farms. Citizens started making their way back up to the plateau and began building a city away from the farmlands. Eventually, Stormrock grew into a major seat of power. It is here that the kingdom of Falsan first started to emerge. The kingdom erected walls around the plateau to help fortify the city from invaders, as the castle of Stormrock was constructed on the smaller adjacent plateau. A large stone bridge was then put in place to connect the two plateaus. This southern region became the center of trade for the continent of Meteor, helping cement Stormrock as the initial capital of the Falsan kingdom. This build starts with the large bridge that connects the two plateaus. It features 6 large decorative towers that double as light sources for the bridge. The plateau has 2 gatehouses that are identical to the one built for the castle. One on the other side of the bridge from the castle, as well as one at the main entrance to the city. The walls are a similar style to the ones used at the castle, though currently they don't have the extra supports. The towers are also all the same general tower design used as in the corners of the castle, however they are slightly different heights at the various different points across the plateau, allowing the walls to have an even top surface connecting to every single one of the towers. Just like with the castle, I wanted the walls to be as close to the plateau's edge as possible, while still having just a little bit of space. To make this happen, I did have to add some additional custom terrain at certain points around the plateau. I will come back a little bit later and probably clean up those edges a little bit more, add some rocks, add some, a little bit of plant life, maybe get rid of some of the spots where I feel like there's too much space along the edge, but that will be a project for a little bit later. The space within the walls does seem quite large. However, my next build is going to be a very large cathedral close to the center point of the main plateau. There's also going to be a little town center area situated in front of the church. It'll still leave a lot of room for the builds as I continue with the town, however. I'm currently making a list of different shops and professions to fill this town with, since it can't all just be housing. I'm also thinking about making a couple of guilds as well. Finally, as I make lore, I'm working on coming up with a religion for the church for the next video. I'm thinking it will be storm related, as I feel both fearing and worshipping the storms that make this region so fertile will blend in quite nicely with the lore. As we finish the time lapse and get into the cinematic shots, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Hope you all really enjoyed this build. I think it's turned out pretty cool so far. Please consider giving a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you got any more ideas for what I can fill this town with, we got a lot of room to grow here. I'm always more than happy for new ideas, thoughts, and maybe even help with some of the lore ideas, as I'm a little bit rusty with creative writing. Anyways, thank you all very much.